We begin tonight in Milton, where a surviving victim involved in the multiple shooting spree across the GTHA recounts Monday's horrifying attack.
This following a multi-jurisdictional investigation launched by police forces across the regions. Jason Gaidola joins us live tonight with the latest. Jason.
Kelly, Phil, earlier today I connected with 42-year-old Mohammed Shiraz Afzal, who is an employee at MK Auto Repairs in Milton, and currently he is recovering from a gunshot wound in his leg and is trying to piece together why a former employee went on a shooting spree involving himself, killing a Toronto police officer, killing his boss, injuring others, including his co-worker, who police say is currently on life support and is not expected to live as of right now. Afzal says that former employee was 40-year-old Sean Petrie, who police confirmed was a shooter earlier today.
A real brother-like boss, a loving boss, and that's unexplainable.
Today, 42-year-old Mohammed Shiraz Afzal walks with a limp from a gunshot, but it doesn't outweigh the pain of losing his boss, 38-year-old Shakil Ashraf, who was gunned down Monday at their Milton auto shop.
Traveled all the way here in like 40 to 45 minutes and stayed here waiting for my boss to come back. Can you imagine that guy continuously firing at the back in the garage side, killing my boss?
Afzal says following Ashraf's murder, that is when the shooter came to the front of the shop and shot him and another employee.
Then his second attempt was my body. That bullet deflected to my leg, and that third attempt he made on me, that bullet hits Prince, the one who is surviving for his life.
The second victim is a 28-year-old international exchange student who works part-time at the automotive shop. Sadly, he remains on life support and is not expected to survive.
This morning in Mississauga, police chiefs from Hamilton, Halton, Toronto, and Peel say they're jointly investigating the shooting spree and the motive. Authorities say the suspect is 40-year-old Sean Petrie, who they believe was living in his car, and say he had an extensive criminal history. Monday at noon, police say Petrie, who was wearing a construction vest, waited outside a Mississauga Tim Hortons for more than 2 hours. Adding Petrie then ambushed Toronto Constable Andrew Hong, killing him at close range.
At this point, I believe the motive was that he was a uniform officer and he was deliberately targeted. With respect to your second portion, did he attempt to disarm him? Yes, he did.
Police added Petrie then fled, carjacked another person, and shot them. That victim is in stable condition with life-altering injuries. Investigators say less than an hour later, Petrie arrived in Milton. Shiraz Afzal confirms Petrie was a former employee at the shop.
He worked here 3 months ago for a week, and he doesn't look like this. He was very quiet. He was like just whatever you ask him to work, he does all. He was a quiet guy. He wasn't very aggressive. Not even very. He wasn't aggressive. No, he didn't fight anyone in those days.
Police say following the shooting here at the auto body shop, that is when Petrie began to head west towards Hamilton, where Halton and Hamilton police encountered him off of York Boulevard. Officers encountered Petrie at the Hamilton Cemetery, where he was shot and killed.
We have no reason to believe there's some interest in Hamilton. It may just have been by chance.
The Special Investigations has invoked, and we will await their decision at this point. That can be a question that you can ask of the Special Investigations Unit.
We did reach out to SIU for an update today, just wondering exactly how did this encounter go down here at the Hamilton Cemetery right behind me, and they did respond to us today confirming that their gunfire was exchanged between officers and Petrie before he was killed.